So today I am going to do a review of Skybox Emotion. I bought a box as well as some of these free, not free, but separate packs. The reason why I got these was these are some of my favorite sets growing up, and these are some of the cards that I was chasing. I have these separate ones here. Here's a Charles Barkley, Michael Jordan, a few of these Shaq Intense that I bought separate as well. This Hakeem Olajuwon Intense. The one that I really wanted and that I was chasing was a Michael Jordan Intense. So these cards I had already, and was hoping to get a few more of these and definitely snag a lot of these Michael Jordans that are all in there. So you know, if you grew up in the 90s, Skybox Emotion was one of the most luxurious. I don't know. I think you would compare this to some of the top quality cards that come out today. So I don't know if it would be Panini Prism necessarily, but probably Optic. Each of these, like this one pack, was $8, and it only came with like 8 cards, which, you know, in the 90s, the minimum you would get in a pack of basketball cards is probably like 11 or 12. And so at that time, this was like ultra premium basketball cards. So there's a lot of people that are getting back into the hobby, and what I wanted to do was pop a lot of these old school 90s boxes, not only because I wanted to, and I'm really into these boxes and sets, but just to, you know, kind of remind people what's in these boxes, and before you make the purchase, you can kind of get a sense of what you're getting into or what you potentially may not want to get into. Again, when you buy this box, you get 36 packs, and each has about 8 cards in them. I'm definitely keeping these. As you can see, there's nothing in there, but I'm a big nerd when it comes to basketball cards, so and a huge fan of Skybox Emotion. So as I mentioned, I was really looking for the Michael Jordan Intense, and you know, a few packs into it, I think it was like 3 or 4 packs, and I was actually able to get the hit that I was going after. I was super excited, and it kind of took the edge off. You know, the box that I bought was kind of pricey. I won't say the amount because my wife might be watching this. But anyway, just look at these cards, guys. Like these are some of the inserts you get, and this is the, what is it called, the Excited. Just the quality of these cards were what I remembered growing up, and you know, just going through this again, like the value and the quality of the card still holds. I mean, I've opened a lot of 90s boxes, and the quality is really trash. Like, it has not aged well. But for these right here, it's pretty amazing. Some of these cards, I mean, some of these players aren't even that popular, but I still have these sleeved up because of how awesome these cards look. So back to the main card right here. This Jordan goes for about $250 ungraded, but again, depends on where you get it from and who, and the time you buy it, right? Because basketball cards right now are going crazy, and there's a lot of stuff that's just overpriced. And the one thing I really like about the basketball craze right now is that you really get to set your own price. If you're trying to flip, I've done that as well. I definitely collect first because I truly love collecting basketball cards. But for me, like, my loyalty for collection is as far as the money it'll potentially make me. So if I buy something that I like, I'll keep it. But if I could sell it, I will definitely sell it. And you can find all of these cards listed on my website, tajcollections.com. And some of these may not be listed, but if you're really interested in any of these that you see here in this video or what have you, you can definitely mention it, and I'll be happy to work something out. And again, the purpose of why I started to get into this was, I'd heard about it, basketball cards kind of getting back into swing of things, and going really crazy beginning of the year. And I just wanted to kind of test the waters, and once I got back into it, I found that there was a lot of information that was either incorrect or not enough, and there was a lot of like old memories of basketball cards that I really liked growing up, but I didn't know which boxes to look for those and that kind of thing. So hey, I'll take one for the team, and that's essentially how I started Taj Collections. And the whole point is to reignite the passion for collecting cards and getting things started. And if you're like me, you're just getting back into it, there's a lot of hype, there's a lot of new cards. Some of these old school brands don't even exist anymore. So that's what I essentially created Taj Collections for, and I'll be doing a lot of these types of reviews, right? So Jordan Intense, I pulled out of this, and I also got from the box this Alonzo Mourning, which I would have probably preferred another Hakeem or Charles Barkley or Shaq, but these cards are beautiful. I truly love how great these are. One thing I have not done is I haven't sent any cards for grading, so a lot of these I probably will. So either way, it'll be a good test run for some of these other cards that aren't as of value in terms of if you're looking to flip and that kind of thing. Jordan one, I mean, the dude's wearing 45. This I don't know, this card is just amazing looking. It's so beautiful. Totally oogling over it every time I look at it. And the nice thing about this box was they weren't stingy with the superstar players. So obviously getting this Jordan is a little bit more difficult, getting these inserts all together. I got these two from the box that I purchased, and I got this from one of the separate packs that I had gotten. So again, it's really difficult. One thing I learned from the 90s packs and boxes is their inserts were really hard to get. Nowadays, when you buy a box of Prism or Optic or any of these new brands, you're almost guaranteed, even if it's a crappy player or a player that's not very well known, you're gonna get some of these inserts, and some of these 90s boxes, it was damn near impossible to get. And this is another one of my favorite ones. I got 3 of these. Again, anytime you can get MJ into that 45, it's going to be a rare card, and it's going to be a nice addition to your collection. I do have a PSA 10 of this, and like I said, you can never have more you can never have too many MJs. So I'll definitely be sending off all of these other ones to PSA as well when I do get these graded. There's also 94-95 was also the year Clyde Drexler got traded to the Houston Rockets, and you know, you had Hakeem and Clyde Drexler, and one of the things that really made this whole set stick out was this was really a different view into basketball cards. Like the angles, they made it really up close. This was, again, unheard of for that time. So, you know, you have some of these Hakeem Olajuwons, and then Shaq, got a couple of those, I think. You have Jason Kidd and Grant Hill rookies. Dennis Rodman. I know a lot of people really go after, you know, the typical guys like Michael Jordan, Hakeem, and all those other guys. I'm a big fan of Dennis Rodman cards. It's just something about them. They are always really cool looking. Obviously, his hair gives that card that much more characteristic. But especially some of the ones where he's going up for rebounds and is like, you know, all over the place. He's doing some crazy acrobatic rebound, which is something you don't see anymore, and definitely even at that time was pretty rare. So overall, I would, in terms of the value for the box, I would say it's definitely worth the price. Obviously, you know, at the time that I purchased it was a lot cheaper than it is now. But you know, if you're a huge fan, if you're getting back into collection of, you know, NBA, this is definitely a good box to start off with. Kind of on the pricey side, but again, the quality of cards and the amount of superstars you actually get was pretty impressive. Obviously, these aren't all the cards that I pulled. These are just some of my favorite ones that I pulled from the box. And you know, I am definitely really happy with it. If you have any questions or are interested in purchasing any of these, please go ahead and reach out to me, and we'll work something out. Thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned for more.